you recording? Okay. So we're wondering, what do you usually use to carry around like your papers to class, or?
Usually just like a folder in my backpack.
Okay. Is that like it?
Kinda. It's more
Something like that.
just like a regular folder.
Okay.
like that.
Something small.
Yeah.
So we were experimenting with making like a wood case, and we're not really sure exactly what the utility for it would be. We made like a few different ones. This one's kind of bigger and holds things, so I don't know if that would be something for like photo albums or something. Or one application was possibly to like carry around resumes or things like that to like a business event that you could open up and have brochures or things like that. Or maybe just something for like taking stuff to class, and it could have like little folders where you could put papers in and have a little place for a pen.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know. I was wondering, like, what do any of those prototypes kind of pique your interest? And if so, for what application?
Probably it would be for like carrying around my papers for class and stuff.
Okay.
I liked the resume idea, the second one.
This one?
Yes.
Did you want to open it?
Sure. Because I know that it's really baby.
Yeah.
Especially for like the career fair and stuff, it's hard to like find nice folders to carry
Right.
around your resumes. But this one would also be nice, I think, for like class purposes, for like papers and stuff.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's too big to carry to class, or does it feel like it would fit what you would need?
I think it's about the same size as this. It could probably just fit more papers, which would be nice. Because
Right.
I always run out of room.
Right.
And it's smaller than a binder, which would also be nice. And you don't have to three-hole punch everything.
Sure. Were there any features that you would want in an ideal product like this that aren't here yet? Because I mean, it's kind of bare. I guess a prototype is just bare. But like, what kind of features would you want in it, or do you want it just to be empty?
I mean, probably pockets if I'm going to be putting papers for class in it, but I think more for a resume this would make sense.
Do you see like, I don't know, like folder flaps that would go this way, or do you see like little pockets?
Probably the pockets.
Pockets would be more convenient on both sides. So you've got like one pocket here, one here, one here.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And did you care about like an idea for like where it could carry a pen, or is that not really needed?
I think it'd be great.
Okay.
I mean, I have to carry my backpack most of the time when I go to class because I have all this student stuff to carry. So if it had a pen with it,
Yeah.
it'd be much easier.
What kind of price point do you think you'd realistically buy something like this at?
I don't know. I'm pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't know. I could see that being like $15 though.
$15.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sure. And where do you think you might find it, like in a retail? Like, where would you?
Say like Office Depot or Staples. I don't know
Okay.
that I'd
Do you
find
ever
it.
go to those stores?
Every once in a while, like beginning of the semester, when
Oh,
I'm
okay.
actually looking for supplies.
Yeah.
Then I might stop at them. Yeah.
Perfect. Do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
I think
that's
we're
it.
done. Hopefully, we
Okay.
kept under a good amount of time.
No, you're fine.
What do you usually use to carry around your papers, like for class?
My backpack.
Okay. Like, do you have folders inside the backpack? or-
Sometimes not. Lately, not. I used to
Lately
have
not.
I had a really nice organization system, and it's my last semester of school, and I don't
F it.
I don't give a fuck. I'm just like, all right, I got my email
I've
back
been
saying
kind
that.
of like that too.
Yeah, I've got senioritis really bad.
Cool. So,
It doesn't help that I already have a job lined up, so like nobody's gonna be looking at my transcripts anymore. It's just
yeah,
it's like
that's nice. So we were thinking of like making these wood kind of folders or containers for like papers. So one application might be like for resumes. Maybe you'd use this to carry around resumes or brochures for like a professional event.
Okay.
These are just different models.
Okay.
They could be used for whatever. Another application might be to carry around papers to class.
Okay.
And just clamp it shut. And it's kind of different from a folder, relatively lightweight. Kind of has a different aesthetic.
I like the magnetic clasp. That's a good feature.
Yeah. And this one's a bit bigger, but if you like had okay. If you had a class where you'd need to carry around a lot of stuff, or maybe, who knows, it could be like something for photo albums or something that you want to keep nice long term or something. So we were wondering, what kind of applications do you think you might use any of these for? And did you have a preference between one of the different models? Like,
So I like the
stand out?
shape of this one. I think it's like a modern aesthetic
Yeah.
piece of thing. What I think is that so I'm an engineering major,
Uh-huh.
and so what I immediately see is that build quality is something that's really important with you when you have something like this where you've got kind of tight tolerances. So I can see like better machining would be something that would really be beneficial. But like when I see this one,
Yeah.
what I think of is it looks like it would be good for like putting a tablet in.
Oh, like an iPad?
Yeah. And like a protective case, because like I actually have a friend who has like it's just like an applique on
Yeah.
their iMac that's like a wood surface, and
Right.
I don't know. For me, like I'm a complete cheapskate, so usually folders are just fine for me.
Right.
But I mean, like, and even lately, it's just been like loose paper stuff. So, like,
Yeah.
but I do see the application for like resumes or things like that. What I would say is that if that was the case, that, it might be nice to do like a hybrid of wood and leather.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Because like if like I'm thinking about like padfolios are like
Right.
totally. I would like a padfolio for resumes and stuff like that. But I just haven't gotten around
So
to
you
buying
kind of
one.
like, is it the luxurious feel of having leather and wood together?
Well, I
Or-
think that wood as a material kind of has been relegated to a luxury material in a lot of cases. It's usually either furniture or really nice products that are normally made out of either plastic or metal, because plastic
Yeah.
and metal have better manufacturing properties.
Right.
And so it's just when you see wood, there's extra cost and care that's associated with
Right.
that, and so it usually only makes sense in a luxury product application.
Got it. So this was the main model that appealed to you. Were there any features like, I mean, we could
I
make
love
little...
the magnetic clasp. Is
Yeah.
a really good feature that I
That's
wasn't
cool.
expecting that. Like I saw it kind of clipped together, and I thought that
Yeah.
was like a clasp. But when I saw it was magnetic, I was like, oh, that's really cool.
We're thinking about having like a little folder that you could like flip across this
I
way, or
definitely-
maybe little pockets where you can pop papers in. I don't know. Or do you like it just plain?
I definitely think some sort of an organizational structure is necessary in a
Yeah.
product like this. If I was going to design this product, if I was just going to take your idea and steal it,
Yeah.
or license the patent or something, and then make this myself, kind of the things that I would immediately think of as changes that I might make would be like the hinges are a little bit bulky,
Right.
and I can see like papers getting caught in there and stuff like that. So what I might imagine is using leather adhered to the outside, and that
Okay.
would give like a touch point, which is nice to hold on to.
I see.
And then it would also be like something that would open nicely. I mean, you have to make sure that you have good manufacturing for
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You
but
like imagining leather kind of around that.
I was just thinking like
edges?
you
or just here.
cut a groove here, cut a groove on the other side, and have a fitted piece of leather,
Oh,
and then
I
there's
see that. Something
animal
like
on wood.
here or something.
Yeah, and leather and glue. There
Holding it
is an
together.
adhesive for leather on wood, because
Yeah.
that's what you do in furniture making.
Yeah.
I think that like having like half pocket
Mm-hmm.
and like some other sort of things so that you can organize papers in there, possibly maybe like a couple of like slots for like pens and pencils.
Okay.
Might be something that I might consider adding. I like the engraving on it. I think that's something that's
Is that a good place for it as opposed to here?
Okay, so you have it as like a piece of identification.
Yeah.
What I see for an end user is that requires like modification of the product for it to be useful.
Yeah.
And so I would think that you'd probably be better off, in order, if you were going to mass manufacture, to do something like some sort of a piece of artwork, or like a nice logo if
Yeah.
your brand had recognition.
Okay.
But
That
like,
way you can just use the one logo for everything instead of doing it custom for everyone's name.
or if you have access to like actually, like I don't know if you're planning on turning this into a business, but if you are, there is a product that's they sell it as a 3D printer. It's
Yeah.
totally not what it is. It's a it's a laser cutting device and laser etching device.
Yeah.
And you put stuff in there, and like one of the selling points is like you can put your iMac in there and it'll etch a product on it,
Right.
like etch a design on it.
Huh.
You could use something like that. So if you're selling these online,
Yeah.
you could upload custom artwork or choose something and have it to order, and it'd just be
Interesting.
like a
Yeah.
sort of a thing.
Last question on this: do you think what kind of price do you think you'd realistically buy this, and where do you think you might find it?
Well, so this is a prototype, and so like finished product, which by the way, I actually really like the wood that you've made it out of. Like this, like
Yeah,
it reminds me of curly maple. I don't
like
know.
this particular wood as opposed to these other woods.
I think the other two are really like they don't really stand out to me. This one really does stand out to me as like
Okay.
this is like something that's like to me very close to being production ready. Whereas
Yeah.
these two really look to me like concepts.
Interesting.
That's just my
Kind of like the matte look and maybe the.
Well, that was one of my
realistic feel of the
suggestions. Is I
wood.
feel
Yeah.
like well, like for one thing, it's the camphor around the edge.
Mhm.
That's like
that looks classy.
well, it's like this is something that you're meant to hold in your hands.
Right.
And so edges like this are fine on furniture because you're not holding furniture in your hands.
Right.
And so like
That makes sense.
one of the things that I heard in a car review is that one thing that Honda pays attention to are things called touch points.
Right.
And it's like they'll use hard plastic everywhere,
Mhm.
but anything that you physically touch, they use a better material. And so that's how they keep costs
Interesting.
down
Yeah.
while giving a luxury feeling to cars. And I think Acura is kind of like takes
Yeah.
that a little bit higher. But
Yeah.
that kind of stuck with
Yeah.
me. Is like, okay, if you physically touch it,
Mhm.
you should probably use a nicer material there. But
Right.
if you don't, it's totally fine to cheap
Go
out.
cheap. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just, and then the look of it is like it feels like it fits in with like a modern aesthetic.
Okay. So did you think like $10, $20?
So as it is, the interior doesn't really offer a whole
Supposing
lot.
we had those folders.
Like
in there.
supposing
So-
if you had a full system that
Yeah.
could be. Because like I'm imagining like where this would fit into existing products. and,
Yeah.
like Padfolios are kind of like the closest thing to what you have here.
Yeah.
If you had a bracket that was sized to specifically fit an iPad,
Yeah.
then what I would imagine is that you could probably be targeting a very similar price range. So between like $30 and $150 depending
Yeah.
on freak features.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is wood, and so you'd probably be wanting to make sure that you got your manufacturing right,
Mhm.
and then you can target the higher price point.
Right. Cool. I think we got everything. Thanks so much for. Okay, so what do you use to carry around like your papers?
What I use?
You got your backpack. Do you have
Folders.
binders in there or folders?
Yeah, 1-inch binders and like just regular folder.
Okay. It's like plastic, huh?
Yep, the flimsy kind.
Right.
Yep.
So what we're trying to do is think of like an alternative way that you could carry things around. So there's a few different prototypes. This one's like a wood folder.
Okay.
You could have like little flaps of like folders to, organize stuff.
Okay.
Or have those pockets, so you
Gotcha.
can put papers in.
Okay. Stable, sturdy because wood.
Yeah.
Pretty light.
That's one idea.
Magnetic close.
This one is another one. It holds a little bit more stuff. Again, we could do some organizational type thing if you wanted features in it.
Okay.
There's that.
Cool.
And then the third one, oops,
Ooh. It's like
extra big.
Yeah,
for-
it's like the expandable one.
Yeah.
That's cool. I
So
like it.
you can play with them. Okay. You can handle them
Yeah.
if you want to. But we're wondering, like, did any one of these stand out to you? And
I think this one's
What
the
do you
most
like about it?
interesting because
Yeah.
of the expandable feature. It's
Uh-huh.
cool to see that in wood.
yeah,
Compared to the less expensive options, I'm
Mhm.
assuming they would probably
we can
last longer.
probably make the magnets a little bit weaker.
On that one anyways.
In the real, yeah.
Yeah.
If we did a real version.
But then, weight-wise, I
Mhm.
don't know how heavy they would be getting depending on how much paper.
Paper you put in it,
Yeah.
right?
Look-wise, I think they all look really good. I like the grain in this one. a
Yeah.
lot.
So that's kind of your favorite crane,
Probably,
maybe.
yeah, for sure.
So some different applications we thought of for it. One might be to carry papers around to class. Another might be like if you go to a career event and you want something to carry brochures and business cards
That
and
would be a good.
resumes.
Yeah.
And another idea is like maybe stuff to put like photo album stuff or like things that you want to keep nice for long
Yeah,
term, something
yeah.
to store things in.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I like these for more like a professional sort of setting rather than a school setting.
Mhm.
Something to just kind of step it up from class.
So like
to
a
full
career
day.
conference type thing,
Right, yeah,
or
I like
professional
that.
conference.
Yeah.
And so for that use, I mean, does the small size make the most sense to you than
Probably,
bigger?
yeah. Because you probably won't have a ton to
Yeah,
carry around.
yeah. And you like that type of wood best.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the idea of instead of these,
The hinges.
what do you call them? Yeah, lost my words. Okay. Like having a little leather clamp, and it would be like, you know, indented in, I think. So instead
Okay.
of the hard hinges, you'd have like a little leather that would be here and here.
Gotcha. So, would it still be sturdy?
Yeah,
this way,
should
so it
still be
wouldn't-
sturdy.
It would probably be better because these could hook on stuff. The leather
Mm-hmm.
might add another detail that would help it look more professional
Right.
as well. I think that would be a good idea.
What do you think of the idea of personalization? So this could be like your name engraved, or if we wanted to keep it a lower price point, it could just be like the company name, small.
I think that's really good. It's a nice touch.
Yeah.
And you could seal it in there too.
Given that there's probably a price point difference, do you think like having your name engraved would be a good thing that you would want
I
pay extra
think-
for?
Probably going with the company or business would be where I would go with it.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, so generic mass manufactured,
Yeah.
but business
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing.
Having the option probably wouldn't be bad, but I would think personally I would go for the more
That'd be
generic
cool.
one.
Yeah. So last two questions.
Okay.
Where would you think that you might find this if you were looking for something like this? And two, what do you think you would actually realistically pay for it?
Definitely in like a specialty shop where they sell like the fancy pens.
Yeah. Do you
And
go there?
Not very often,
Not very
just to look around.
Okay.
Like I said, for business stuff, college students probably wouldn't be the best market.
Yeah.
Price, I would say, if this was, I would say at least 50 to 60.
$50 to $60.
Yeah, because of all of the things that go into it, all of the
Right.
prototyping
Right.
and all that sort of thing. Materials, probably not bad. I don't know what type of wood it is, but 50 to 60. maybe.
Yeah. Did you have any other feature suggestions or thoughts?
No, I think
Okay.
this is pretty solid. It's nice, guys.
Cool. What was your name?
I'm Hannah.
Anna. Brett.
I'm Marco.
Marco, thanks. So, what do you usually use to carry around your papers to classes?
Typically backpacks, binder, that kind of thing.
Like a 1-inch kind of ring binder, or
Yeah.
those little folders,
I have 1 inch.
1-inch binder.
Yep.
So, what we're trying to experiment with is like some ideas for other things that you could carry papers around with, whether that's to class or something to store like a resume in if you go to a professional event, resumes, brochures, and things like that. Maybe like scrapbook kind of thing. But anyway, these were some different prototypes that we made. You can handle them if you want to. So we could put little flaps in, or you know, those fold things.
Gotcha.
Here's another one. Magnets are all strong. I'm gonna have to punch this one.
Nice.
They're just like prototypes, give people the idea.
I like this one. This one's actually kind of creative.
Yeah,
Not saying the other ones aren't, but I
Yeah.
I like this one.
you like that one? Here's another one.
So any particular reason why you're going with wood on this, or is it just a favorite?
I
of
think
yours?
that was something that we thought we could do a little bit unique that's different from most of the market, because there's a lot of leather portfolios, there's not a lot of wood portfolios, so we were just trying to explore what if we did something in that niche.
Yeah, it's cool. I
Do
like it.
you, so I don't know, this was the one that you kind of responded most to, you thought most interesting or most useful
I think it's
because of
definitely
the size?
So it's definitely got the size, and then I just think it's an interesting design.
Yeah.
Definitely more of a. I've definitely never seen anything like that. That is
Huh.
that is really cool.
Do you think the wood is a little bit too thick? Like if it were thinner, would that be better for you? Or is it too heavy or things like that? Kind of trying to get an idea of what features are important to people, you know.
To
that
me, I
might-
think the best. The only thing that I would modify about this one is just make it more like obvious on which way to open
how
it.
to open it, yeah.
Outside of that, I mean, this one's relatively light. It could store everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, if worst case scenario happens where you have, let's say, rain or something,
Mm-hmm.
or if you
It's
drop it,
protected.
yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Do you have a preference in like the type of wood? Like, do you like the light wood or the medium or dark?
I prefer the dark wood with this design.
Dark wood, that design.
Yeah.
And a couple last questions. So, did you want to have like, I don't know, flaps in here, or like a folder sleeve, or
I would prefer
pockets?
I would prefer the pockets.
Pockets most
Yeah.
convenient. What about space to keep your pens? Like, is that a good place for that, or
I
you
think
don't
that's
really care
fine.
about that feature?
I don't really mind it too much. With this one, you could, I mean, honestly, you could toss in multiple of those along, and
Right,
you'd be
carry
able to
multiple
store
things.
pens and pencils and whatever else
Yeah.
someone would need.
Do you use a case for your iPad by chance, or?
I
Your tablet.
I only use a cover. I don't use like a protective one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't want like a bulky thing to carry that around.
With the tablet, not
Yeah.
so much. No.
Okay. Some people are into that. I don't.
Whatever works. Yeah.
So what kind of price do you think you would realistically pay for something like this? Like a price that would be actually attractive to you to purchase if you wanted it?
So with the most of the, if you're gonna go with the cheap binders, it's usually like a couple bucks. But
Right.
if you're gonna go with a quality one where you can have multiple subjects in there,
Yeah.
all with 150 pages or whatever,
Mhm.
people typically pay like 10 and up.
Yeah.
So for something like this, I would charge like something in the 15 to 20 range or so. I think that's doable.
Yeah. Is that something? Where do you think you might find it, like to purchase it, if you're looking for somewhere?
I would think like office stores most likely.
Office stores. Do you
So-
ever go to office stores? Or?
Only when it's time to get supplies. Other
Time
than
to get
that, I don't
supplies,
really
so that's
go
like
too
what,
often.
September or?
Yeah, mostly
August.
as the semesters begin, or if I have some classes over the summer, that kind of thing.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. $25. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Marco.
Yeah, no
Really appreciate your time. For classes, what do you usually use to carry around your papers?
Just a folder?
Like small folder, not binders.
No, they're too bulky.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And do you use like a backpack to carry the folders
Yes.
around? Okay, got it. So what we were exploring is like kind of an alternative ways to carry around papers, and maybe that would be to carry papers to class. Maybe it would be to carry resumes and brochures for like a professional event, or maybe it might be like, I don't know, like a scrapbook or something where you want to keep some things for like archival special things. So these were some prototypes we built, and you can kind of handle them if you want.
Okay. They're just pretty light.
Yeah. This one's kind of the opposite, but it fits more. Yeah. Kind of the magnets are all
okay,
strong.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And the last one.
Alright.
So what we were wondering is kind of those purposes, or do you think any of those might be useful for you, like carrying things to classes, or for resumes, or
Probably just resumes.
resumes?
So if there's a conference,
Mm-hmm.
I like to go to conferences.
Right.
And just having a paper, maybe a folder.
Having something around that you can actually give people.
Mm-hmm.
So of these, like, which do you think would be most useful for that purpose?
I like the top.
Probably, yeah. Different types of wood. Did you have a preference between the light or the dark or the medium?
The medium.
The medium. Okay,
Yes.
sure. So, looking at this one, what do you think you would change about it if you were to make it like ideal product for you?
For this one?
Yeah.
Probably add what the other one had, like a little band that it keeps it in place so that when I open it,
Your papers
don't go
are
flying out.
held. Yeah.
Maybe one over here too, just in case I want to keep them separated.
Mm-hmm.
But that's maybe another something that I can pull it up.
Pull it up and open a little bit easier.
Yes,
Yeah.
but other than that, it's good.
Sure. We were thinking about taking out the padding so that you could fit more papers. Do you think that would be useful, or we could make the whole thing a little bit
I
thinner?
think it depends on the purpose. I
Mhm.
think if someone needed more papers, they could use
One of the bigger
the
things.
darker one, or
Yeah.
the other one where they have a lot of papers. But if I go in an interview and I'm only having 3 resumes,
Yeah.
there will be 3 people. This is perfect.
All right. What do you think of like for the clamps? Instead of these having like a leather thing, it would be kind of indented, so it's like the wood goes and then there's the leather surface and then it goes back to wood, and it might be like right here and right here. Do you like the metal clamps like this, or do you think you might like the leather more?
I would
probably like the leather.
Leather.
Yeah, just I guess it would be more professional.
Oh, okay. Right.
But
Right.
if I just use this for something more
Yeah.
casual, this is
Sure.
would be great.
Yeah. What kind of price point do you think that you would realistically pay for this? Like, if you wanted to get one, how much would you usually spend on it?
That's a complicated question.
Yeah.
Mostly because I wouldn't know how much it would be to even for the wood to even
Well,
make it.
yeah, but it's just from a customer's point of view.
Okay.
So, like, realistically, you're in a store to getting office supplies or something, and you see something that says, you know, carry your resume papers around or something in a I don't know,
Right.
somehow it would advertise it,
Mhm.
and you saw it. Like, would you pay $5 for it? Would you pay 15, 25? Kind of
I'd probably
interesting.
say about from 10 to 15.
$10 to $15.
So if it's 12, great.
That would be
Maybe
practical
10,
for
great,
you.
uh-huh.
So we're wondering down here, do you like having something engraved? Like, it could be a company logo. I think at the $15 price point, it's probably not going to be your name. We were thinking, I don't know.
For preference, I don't like to have my name engraved.
Yeah.
Unless no, not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
What about like the company name down here, or would you just like it solid?
It wouldn't be bad. to
Okay,
have it.
got it.
Like it wouldn't bother me.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Unless, did you have any other suggestions on the design?
What's the purpose of the indent?
I think it was just, what was it? I think it's
So you
just to
wanna
make it
grab it?
easier to hold, like
Okay.
this. Do you kind of think it might be nicer to just have it be?
Well, I don't
Flush?
know. I was thinking the purpose, and if it was to grab it like this, it's
Yeah.
convenient.
Okay.
Than having to. I'd probably just grab it like this.
Right, right.
But
Oh, so if you're gonna grab it like this, maybe it would be nicer if this were a little bit
A little
wider,
wider,
so that
yeah.
your hand could
Uh-huh.
hold it.
I just
Okay.
tend to grab my.
That's a
things
good
that
observation.
way,
Right.
so that I can just pull it out.
Just a little bit bigger for your hand would be useful. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Clementina, right? What do you usually use to carry around your papers to class?
My papers, I use a backpack and I keep everything in a binder.
And like one inch binder for all of your subjects?
Yep.
Anything on paper? Okay, cool. So
got 3 or 4
we
shots
were
in there.
exploring some prototypes for
Okay.
making like a wood portfolio kind of thing. What do they call them? What's the word for it? Something folio?
Wood dog?
I don't know, whatever. Here it is. So here's one, and it could be used for like carrying papers to class or for like carrying resumes and brochures to like a professional conference. We also made like some bigger ones, so maybe this might be used for like, I don't know, scrapbooking or keeping photos. I don't know if there's some other application that you'd carry papers in, but these are the different things that we built. You can handle it if you wanna, whatever.
So that holds it all down.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I guess comparable to the 1 inch binder would probably be this one, but between these different designs, was there one that you thought would be better, or?
I mean, this one you compare it to the 1 inch binder, so I
Yeah.
totally use that. But I also really like this one just because it's like really slim and
Mhm.
lightweight.
Right, right. We could probably fit more papers if we got rid of the foam so that it's just wood and really thin. Would that help, maybe?
That probably would, and then
Yeah.
it gives more space to hold everything.
Right. Between these three different wood finishes, did you have a preference between?
I prefer this one.
The
because
dark.
It's smooth and everything.
Okay, cool. What do you think of like having either it could be like your name engraved or it could just be like a little company logo thing, small?
I think it's good to have.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you're trying to advertise the company, I probably like most folders put it on the back so it's not on the
Mhm,
front, and then
yeah.
they could have like their name engraved on the front.
The company name.
Mhm.
Oh, you mean the
Or, like, the-
manufacturing company?
yeah.
Okay, right. And so did you think for you the main application would be just taking stuff to class or like going to conference and having something professional?
Mine would be mostly for class right now.
Classes.
That's what I
Got it. So for classes, would you want some things on the inside? Like we could have those little flaps little pocket, or I don't know, like what would you ideally want in the interior?
Some flaps might be good, or something that can hold like some pencils and pins and other things that you know you would normally keep in your backpack.
Right.
So that way you could all have it in one compact space.
Cool. What do you think of the idea of having the pen like right here? We could figure something out that it could go.
I mean, if you can figure it out, that'd be a good spot to have it.
Okay.
I'm not an
cool.
engineer. I don't know.
Right. Did you have any other thoughts on the design that we might like want to adjust to make this more useful for you? Like, do you want to hold it and see it's comfortable, things like that?
I mean, so far, like I think this is pretty good itself.
Yeah.
Besides, you know, like I said, I prefer this finish. So if that was on this, it looks like this one just looks nicer. But this is lightweight and compact. So
Got it.
it's pretty good.
Cool. What kind of price point? And then last question is, where do you think you might actually find it? Like, if you were looking for a bigger binder or something,
Like find it in this
Office Depot or a student.
Yeah. So
Or what? Or I don't know. Where do you shop?
Office Depot here is where I get most of my stuff. And a price for it,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't want to pay too much. Like I think I paid at most like $10 for like, all my binders. and
$10.
folders.
Yeah. Got it. Do you think it's important that it be like real wood, or would like one of those nice plastic fake woods work?
I don't think it honestly matters. I don't think people
Doesn't
pay
matter
that
to you?
much attention.
Okay. All right.
Whatever looks nice and is like
Yeah.
comfortable for people.
Got it. That sounds really good. Thanks for your time.
No problem. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Awesome. So, first question I wanted to ask is like, what do you guys usually use to carry around your papers to class?
Usually like a binder or a folder.
Like an inch binder?
Yeah.
Or
Like besides backpack?
yeah,
Yeah, I usually just use like paper folders.
3-ring binder.
paper folders.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we were trying to experiment with, you guys can handle these if you want, are like some ideas for an alternative thing that you could use to carry papers around with. Oh, sorry. This one's got like strong ass magnets. Like,
Oh,
they're just like rough prototypes to give people the idea, you know? So, yeah, I kind of wanted to get your impressions on these different designs. Maybe you can like pass them around, see what.
Yeah.
It's a lot lighter than I thought it would be. Yeah. They look heavier.
I like the strap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
that
a good,
was
I
cool.
mean, because like it would still hold stuff, but
Right.
just not as well. And I mean, they look cool.
mhm,
Yeah.
I like that about them.
right. What kind of features do you think you would want on the inside? Like, do you like it super minimal with just the strap and a strap?
I think
Or would you want some other features inside?
I think kind of like depending on like if you're carrying like super important documents, maybe
Yeah.
like just have it like this plain and then you can just lay them in there. But like
Mhm.
if you have a whole bunch of stuff, maybe like kind of like a clipboard
Yeah.
thing on the top that kind of just holds them in place. And
Oh,
then you can
interesting.
kinda
A clip. Oh, okay.
flip through them or something.
Or maybe like in
Those are cool.
some binders have like the sleeve right
Mhm,
here.
Yeah,
that
that's
would
what
be
I was
useful.
Paper. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that would take too much more space,
Yeah.
and you just tuck the papers in.
Right.
This one is really cool. How it like slides.
Yeah, that one's sick. I like that.
I like this part.
I like how
Uh,
protective
the middle.
like it is.
Okay.
How protective like because you don't have to just put papers in here like
Yeah, you can put whatever you want.
And I mean, a lot of other binders like bend or tear apart. Not
Right.
these.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Is like it's like an investment, and then you've got your thing. You're
Right.
carrying papers around forever, kind
For
of.
the next 4 years.
Because like
Yeah.
most people just buy a new one every year.
Yeah.
Because they have to.
So, of these different prototypes, I'm interested in like which one did you personally think was the most useful for you, and then also what would you use it for? Because it could be for going to a conference and showing people resumes, or
Yeah.
maybe if you do sales, carry your brochures around in there, or maybe if you've got like some nice things that you want to archive, kind of keep nice. I don't know if you've got like photos or something
I think
special.
I like this one the most just because it's thinner.
I
Then,
would say
yeah,
I would say this one. I like this because I mean it's not as thin, but
yeah,
I mean it's still smaller than like a 3-ring 1-inch or 2-inch binder.
yeah,
And I liked like I would possibly carry like a resume to a job interview.
yeah,
I had to do that in just a paper folder because that was all I had. And that wasn't as cool, but
yeah,
like even just to class, I carry like papers around like for English or math or whatever. And I would probably just, I mean, you can still fit a lot of papers in here. And
Right.
I liked, I think I like the look of this one the best.
Yeah, that one.
I like the wider.
I like
Okay.
that one's thin, and I'd
Yeah.
probably use it for like everyday class materials. I think I'd use this for maybe a presentation.
Okay.
If I had like a bunch of documents, 'cause it's a little bigger.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty
Hold
classy.
everything.
Yeah.
Got it.
I like this one just because it's like it's really simple and plain, but it's
Yeah.
also really professional at the same time. I feel like
Yeah.
because it's like
that's
the dark wood and
Yeah.
it's just like it
Yeah.
doesn't seem too flashy on it, you know.
I was gonna ask you, what kind of wood finish do you guys each prefer? Do
The
you have a
combination
preference?
looks cool.
Yeah.
I think if this was all the same color, like if this was on this all over, I think that would.
Oh, you mean you like the dark color
the darker
on
brown,
that?
yeah.
Would be
But
ideal.
this is I like this a lot.
Okay.
Like I like how you can see the rings and like the knots and stuff.
Yeah.
I do like that wood, but I think for what he said about for a presentation,
Mhm.
I think that displays really well with the offsetting handle.
Yeah, I
The
think this is
offset
a
handle.
good design for this one. I
Mhm.
think one color, preferably that one or the dark
Yeah.
one for one of those.
Did you have a color preference? Medium, dark, or light?
I would say I like the medium probably. Like
Yeah, I changed my mind. I like this one.
That
Okay,
one is
cool.
pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the dark is good for like an outline for maybe a secondary.
Yeah.
But I'd say I like
Yeah.
that color.
So for the folder that you like the most personally, what kind of price point do you think you would realistically pay for it? So not like what do you think it's worth and what should it retail for, but like realistically, if you saw it in student store or whatever, would you pay $5? Would you pay 10? You know, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to gauge
Yeah.
out.
That's a tough one.
What would you realistically
Like for
pay?
each one. Or?
Just for the one that you personally like the most. So
I'd probably be most likely to purchase this one.
the thin one.
Yeah, the thinner one, just because.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd buy two for my backpack. and
Yeah.
it'd fit nicely. I don't know. It's hard.
I'd
guess-
probably pay like $25 for that one.
Yeah, I was
Right.
gonna say probably
This
like
one
20.
would be I'd pay more though, just because it's got this cool hinge action.
This one was your favorite
No, I like this one
Okay.
the best, but
for the
I think,
thinness.
Yeah, I think this one I would pay more.
And you were thinking like $20, like
Yeah.
$19.99. That would be pretty tempting if we had a real finished product, you know.
Yeah, or like 25. I don't know,
25?
That's pretty
Okay.
nice,
I think.
yeah.
I think
about you?
Because I would probably want to buy two of them. And
Okay.
I think at $19.99, you could realistically do that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pay more than $30 for that.
got it. Yeah.
I
What about
like this one the best.
Right, medium size.
And I would actually say, I would say this one probably like, I would say safe around 20.
20.
And for that one, I would actually say like more towards 25 because just how it's constructed with the hinges and stuff. This one doesn't have hinges.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would comfortably pay 20 for this.
Yeah.
But even if it was up towards 30, if this was something I was looking for, I would pay closer to 30.
Yeah. Do you guys like the hinges on these? Because one other idea was, you've probably seen like some leather portfolios. So we were thinking of doing something that's like mostly wood but with leather touches. So maybe like this could be like a little leather clamp
Yeah.
thing
Yeah, I see
here,
what you're talking
leather, and it would be like flush so that it would be all,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I think that would make
That
it
would look good.
That'll look cooler
That
to
would
you
look cool.
than the
Like, I
metal
don't mind the
hinge.
hinges, but that would look probably
Better.
cleaned up better. Yeah.
Okay.
And
nice.
the hidden on here, these are hidden.
Yeah, it's like it just folds over.
Right. The leather material, like a dark leather, might offset that color.
Yeah.
Nice. Same price point though, 25
Yeah.
for
I'd
yeah.
say so.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's. Oh wait, sorry. One last one. Engravings. So some people like the idea of like having their name engraved here, here. I don't know. Like, is that an important feature to you, or would it be fine to just like have I don't know a company engraving, like whatever the
think-
manufacturer this is?
The first thing I thought of when I saw the wood,
Yeah.
I thought of like putting my name on it.
Yeah.
Like I think that would be really cool, like an
Yeah.
engraving or like
Yeah.
a burn.
Like a
burn
bonus feature, you'd pay an
Yeah.
extra 5 or 10
That's
for.
what I was
Yeah.
thinking. I'd say,
Okay.
because like it's such a unique product. I'd say put the company logo or
Company
whatever
logo.
you were to do on all products. But so if you have it on that
Yeah.
corner, you could have the option to engrave on this side of it.
Or maybe the company logo is just on
Company
the
logo
back
on the back,
somewhere
and then you
here,
can put the
and
name
then
on the front.
where would
Yeah.
you want your name? Do you want it
I would probably put mine right up in the middle, kind of. Yeah.
here for you?
Yeah. So like up. So like right here.
Damn.
Yeah.
Small, or if you want it big.
I would go small.
Yeah.
Probably about this.
That's a
That
good
size
size.
is good. And you thought here. How about you? Did you like it the corner or
I'd
center?
probably put it in the corner.
Yeah.
Actually, like down either this side or this side.
Got it.
I would say even not having it personalized, but like
Yeah.
even like even this, if it was a company logo
Yeah.
or like the maker, if they had this, I think this corner is a pretty good
Would look
location.
I
good.
definitely pay for the
Yeah.
engraving because if you're gonna pay, if
Yeah.
I were to pay $25 for it, I'd pay
Yeah.
30 or 35 to have it engraved.
How would you carry this, like if you're walking around with it, do you think?
I'd probably go bottom side down,
Right
bottom
there.
side up. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think anything would fall out.
One chick was saying that she would probably carry it this way, so she thought it might be nice to like expand that a little bit.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, if
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I could see that.
Right.
Yeah, if you make it just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, a little bit on each
Little
side.
bit bigger.
I think that's just why I grabbed it
Yeah.
on the other side because it's
Huh.
wider.
Oh, true, because the other side's
What do you think of the square corners versus we could actually round those corners around?
These
Make
right
them
here.
like a little bit rounded. Do you like?
I
Or
like
do you
the
like
square. I like square. I like the edges.
I like
and
that.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like the hard corners.
Because then it
Awesome.
looks like a piece of paper because it's still
Yeah.
rectangle.
I think we got everything from you guys, so thanks for all
Cool.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
really good.